I can't believe you look so young. It's almost like you are meant to be a heartthrob forever.
Abba, thank you. I'll take it as a compliment.
Obviously, it is. So right now I'm working as an intern for iDream and.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You just joined or something?
Yeah.
Okay,
so
cool.
I heard that you're doing the remake of Premam.
Yeah.
I loved that film. I watched the original and I was really surprised that you were doing it, and I thought I should talk to you about the film. So how did that land up? How did you get this film?
Well, it was just one of those days when I went to the theatre and watched this film, and I fell in love with it. Of course, the way they made it over there was brilliant, you know, like every detail was so well mastered and all that. So I instantly fell in love with the film, the idea, the actors, the whole concept. So that's where the thought grew from.
Right. And how did you meet Chandu then?
Chandu and I were, in fact, we had met way before that. We were working on another script.
Right.
We planned to do a movie together. We were working on another script that was sort of like 40-50% there. But then I watched Premam separately, he watched Premam separately, and the producer was supposed to do it with us, Vamsi. He also watched Premam, and this idea started, you know, with all of us. And I asked Chandu, you know, will you be okay doing the script? Initially, he was very scared because that film's huge, and you know, automatically comparisons, everything is going to be there. But then, you know, as he took a week, grew into it, you know, thought about a few changes that would suit our sensibilities and all that. So that's when the whole project kicked off.
Everybody's talking about Premam. So did you actually become a fan of the original when you saw it?
Totally. Like, I'm a huge fan of the film, especially the director, you know, the approach he's taken to make that film. From the editing, he's the editor himself, or from the sound design, or from the way they've shot it, the visuals, or the way there's a certain mood in the film that starts, and you know, you slowly grow into it from the titles itself.
Right.
You know, the way the titles are shot, to the way, you know, the characters start and all that. Everything, I'm in love with the film, like every single detail. Right. I'm a huge fan of the original.
Right. So what was the approach that Chandu had when he spoke to you?
Yeah, one thing I think Chandu was very sure about is he didn't want to copy the original as it is, because obviously comparisons are going to be there and all that. So what we decided is to take the soul of the film. Basically, the story he wanted to tell, and I also believe in, is, you know, we all have different phases of our lives where we fall in love, and every time we fall in love with a different approach. When we're 16, we fall in love with a different mindset. When we're 25, it's different, and then when we get married, it's different. So we wanted to narrate that journey, you know, through a character. So that's the soul we picked up from the original and adapted it to our sensibilities, and you know, changed a little bit geographically, and you know, the characters around us and the humor and all that. And yeah, so that's the approach we took.
Right. Yeah. So I presume this is the 16-17-year-old look now.
I hope, am I looking 16?
Yeah. As soon as
I am 16.
Well, let's freeze time. So how difficult was it to actually, you know, mold yourself to that age and get into that character?
Yeah, I think difficult. I enjoyed the process. Yes, it was difficult. I worked on my diet, I worked on my exercise routine, and also mentally, you know, I had to sort of rewind and think of how I was in school, and of course think of how I used to behave around girls in school and all that, and actually, you know, relive those moments in my head. So I took a lot of inspiration from my real life incidents as well.
Right. So you said exercise. So did you have to change your exercise to actually?
I stopped working out, to be honest. I just stopped working out to lose all the muscle and all that and look thin.
Right.
And diet-wise, I stopped eating like carbs, like rice and stuff that we all enjoy. I had to basically stop eating.
Right. So, Chaitanya, were you a backbencher in college, or was college even in your mind? Like, did you enjoy going to college? Or?
I enjoyed going to college, but I hated exams. Backbencher, I used to try and sit wherever a girl was sitting. I used to try and sit next to a girl. So we used to go in the morning, figure out who would sit where, you know, strategize the whole thing, and try and sit, where a girl is sitting. So that's all I really cared about.